And then I just done words in the sequence.
Nice. And I just realized I started recording because I want to record after the video. So the question we're answering is, how often do you use this technology in your job or in your school? Now, Larissa, you've described this as something that you depend on and you're very, very aware of.
Yeah.
Does anyone use this and you're not aware of it? Or does anyone not want to start using this and you're not using it when you need to? Emilce, did you want to join in? You look like you're about to say something.
No, but I can I can say something about this.
Mhm.
Well, the question is, how often do you use this technology in your job in the school?
Mhm.
I will be honest. Sometimes I'm continuing using this because sometimes you don't remember exactly what word is in something specific, but I think everybody has that automatic app in their cell phone, because that autocorrect is coming with this with every cell phone. So I don't know what other questions.
You'd be surprised. You'd be really, really surprised. A lot of people can access it very easily, but don't. I'll give an example later on, but I want to hear from a few more people.
Okay.
Anyone else want to take this question? How often do you use this? Domingo, go for it.
Yeah, I would say like almost everybody do it because even in our native language, we don't know exactly how do you write every single word. That's impossible. Sometimes we forget like how is the correct way to like write down a specific word, and you don't want to send a message saying like stupid thing to important people or to a client or whatever. So imagine a language that you are learning. It's impossible. You know exactly how you gonna write every single word that you have learned before or you are currently learning. What I do is I have this system activate on my keyboard. I have the option that they give me like different options, and then I can choose which one I wanna send. It's not like I write it down and I say exactly what I said. No, I write it down and I see if I write it correctly. Then I chose the option that I think is correct, and then I send it. I use it in that way. I would say almost everybody use that sometime in the day.
Domingo, you actually, what I was mentioning to Emilce, that not everybody is aware of this, but can use it, but some people don't. Domingo, what you were describing was the example I was thinking of demonstrating, but I don't think I will now. A lot of my students, particularly not at this level, but in the mid levels, aren't really aware of how to change the language settings on their own devices, like their phone or their computer. And once you do that, you can be a little bit more conscious of it. If you speak 2 or 3 languages, you want to make sure you have that function on that lower right-hand part of your screen to switch the language. Or when you're texting, usually it's the little globe symbol in the lower left-hand part of the keyboard that comes up. Where if you're switching, okay, I'm going to switch from this language to this language, then that will move from one autocorrect algorithm to the other. Alizar, then Wesley.
Yes, I in my currently work, I have to write some reports, some notes, and I use very often. I use often this technology because the notes has to be well written. Okay, but I I use that, and when I write in WhatsApp or text SMS, Also, I am very careful with with typing letters. But algorithms, we it's two things because it is a technology that is helping, but also we have starting to be automatic and not thinking and no, the technology will help me. It's better that the technology that I think about it is good, but also we have to take care and at the end not to be automatically.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I actually find I actually find that the spell check algorithms teach me rather than enable me. Sometimes when I'm about to type and I'm typing a little bit too fast, and then I realize I've misspelled a word, when I go back to it and forget, oh, is there two L's in that? Or how do I spell that? Oh, I feel like I'm being reminded, and it's so I don't mess it up the second time. I don't feel like I'm being lazy. I feel like I'm actually learning through doing it.
Okay.
But do you feel like it's cheating in a way when you're using it?
The situation is that the algorithms are dangerous
Why?
because when for example I'm going to look for something and I start to type in the phone in Google a
Yep.
letter and immediately appears a lot of things that's why I was thinking, and how the computer know that what I wanted to look for.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the definition of an algorithm. Looking at the
Yes,
first part of the sentence, and most likely you're probably going to say this word, this word, this word, this word, this word. But you're not, that makes you uncomfortable, you're saying.
it's we have to take care.
I'm picturing Alizar about to using her phone. She's about to send a message, and then she makes a little mistake, and then the algorithm gives her a few choices, and then she looks at the phone and say, "How did you know?" Okay, but
Good, good.
so Alizar doesn't like doesn't. All right, Alizar is a little bit uncomfortable with this. I could see the expression in your face. Wesley, you've had your hand up for a while. Tell us, how often do you use this technology?
Oh yes, teacher. I use this technology every time that I wanna send some message in English. For example, on the WhatsApp, they recommend me the correction of the right words and how to write it, and I using it. And also when I do in homeworks and Google Documents, if I write any word in different or wrong, they'll subscribe it that word and will recommend me how should I do it right. And that's an incredible way to increase and develop my English learning and reading
I'll
and
I'll
writing.
I'll be a witness to this because before you joined this class, I was reading a lot of your papers in level 5, and I do notice that compared to your other classmates, you had fewer mistakes. So I can say, yeah, I can see why. You had among your other peers who were just getting used to changing those language settings, you were a little bit ahead using that technology. So yes, I'll say yeah, I'll absolutely be a witness to what you're talking about because for the last year I've been reading your work. Very good, very good. So here is the next order of business. I'm going to send I told you there's an actual poem. I'm sending a poem to everybody, and it's a poem made up of misplaced words on a spell and grammar check. and it's used as comedy. I'm gonna show you a recording of somebody reading the poem aloud, and then when we get into breakout rooms, we'll try to identify where the little mistakes are. So I'm gonna send this to everybody in the WhatsApp group. Here it is. All right. So you can listen, you can see the words on the screen, and if you really feel like reading and listening at the same time, you can follow along. I'm going to stop because this next video doesn't belong to me. I'm going to stop recording and then go back to it. So in the last class, everybody got to share their opinion based on an article we read about how to work effectively from home, but that was from the worker's perspective. This article is from the management perspective, which I think is a little bit more interesting. So if I look at this word hybrid team, who could give me the definition of a hybrid team?
I can teach
Go
you.
for it, Sandy. Yeah.
It's like when you have a partner, but no in person. It's maybe only online on the web. No in
Exactly.
person. That's it.
Well, some people might be in person, but some people might be somewhere else. You might
Yeah,
have a
email.
colleague who lives in another country.
Yeah, that's it.
Communicate with them every day. So you work for a company, one person is in an office, another person is in an office, one person is at home, they live in this place, another person lives in this place, but you have to work together to
Yeah.
accomplish a task.
Yeah, it's
That's
a combination.
Oh, go for it, Emilce.
It's a combination working from home and working in person, the office.
Exactly, yes, exactly. Correct. So these words right here, micromanagement. I went over that several times a little while ago. Has anyone here ever experienced micromanagement? Where you have a boss who's watching every little thing you do, telling you, watching you, standing over you, saying, do this, do this, do this.
I have something here from my Google, Google. Well, I can read.
Go for it.
Okay, micromanagement. It's a counterproductive management style characterized by social behavior and excessive focus on observation. Okay, I think, in my personal opinion, I think that is when you organize different points, maybe, or when you explain something for, oh my God.
Well, actually, let me make it easier. Emilce, can you give the definition that was used in the article, in the NGen article? Because I'll go back to it, because you go over, when you go back here, right there, click on micromanagement.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
There it is.
Micromanagement.
Controlling all the small parts of something in a way that is usually not wanted or that causes problems. So that's why I ask, has anyone experienced this? And I think, Alizar, you raised your hand, right?
Yes, because this is a way that bother employees. Employees doesn't want to hear you have to do that, and why you did that, and that is not a good way. And with the pandemic help to give a step ahead and to leave micromanagement
Well,
in the past.
well, I wish that was the case. I'll tell you a personal story, but actually, never mind. micromanagement, let's say, is anyone here in a management position at their job? Do you have to manage other people?
Me in the past, not now.
It can be very stressful. So it's tough because sometimes when you have to manage other people, if they don't do their job, whose fault is it?
My
It's
what's
your
my
fault. It's your
yes,
fault. So when you're managing, it's tricky because it's your job to make sure they have what they need, and you have to communicate well so that they can do their job. But you also have to trust that this person who's working under you is going to do their job.
yes,
And that's the scary part. You're trusting that person to do their job. And if they don't do their job, it's your fault and you have to fix it.
that's
So
right.
it depends. If you really trust the people working under you, you don't have to worry. But maybe you're wrong. Maybe they're lazy. Maybe they don't care. And then you have a big problem that you have to fix, and you have to do everybody's job. So if you're, and now I'm going to circle this word, paranoia.
Yes,
So when you're a manager of any kind and you're organizing people, you can be very easily paranoid that this person is not doing their job, and this person is not doing their job, and this person is not doing their job. So you start wandering around the office, looking at everybody, telling everybody exactly what they're supposed to be doing, and they all hate you when you do that. Because nobody likes that when you become the micromanaging boss. My experience is that when you're working in a hybrid situation, many managers become very uncomfortable if they don't see people in front of them every day working. And they don't know how to tell if somebody is doing their job or not. They have to trust, or they just have to look at what this person is producing to know what they're doing.
yes, that's
So,
right.
so very often, I think it's not so hard for the worker to work in a hybrid situation, but the manager to learn how to tell who is doing their job and who is not. So when the pandemic started, I found that I was experiencing the micromanaging aspect. So what I started to do was I started spending a lot of time documenting what I was doing every single day, so that my managers would not have to stress and bother me to tell me to do my job. And that became a new trick. I said, I have to not only do my job, I have to prove I've done my job, so everybody leaves me alone. Because when everybody's not, when you're not working in front of everybody, people become distrustful, and people become enemies very quickly. And that's been my experience. So when you are working remotely, you have to not only do your job, you have to prove you've done it to everybody else. And when you learn a few tricks, it's not that hard, but you always have to document that you've done your work so that nobody can accuse you of not doing your job later. Because when one person makes a little mistake,
Yes.
they will be gone. But here's a question for everybody. The people you work with now, would you trust them to do their job if nobody's watching? I'm going to write that down. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop sharing. We'll finish just with this conversation with everybody. So I'm writing in the chat for everybody. Here it is. Think about where you work now. Do you trust people to do their job if nobody is watching? That's a question. You can write it in the chat or just raise your hand, because that's the essence of hybrid work. It's this ritual of trust. Darnest has her hand up.
Yes, for example,
Darnest,
in my
oh,
yes,
hang
in
on a
my
second. Hang on a second. Give Darnest, give everybody a minute. I want everybody to think for a minute, and then you'll be first. Give everybody just like 1 minute.
perfect, perfect. Sorry, yeah.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I want to hear. But everybody think for a minute, then we'll start with Darnest. Give everybody a little time, and then we'll start with Darnest. So the question I wrote in the chat.
Right now, teacher, I am working in a restaurant, so we don't have manager in the weekends, and some of them, they don't do their job well. For example, clean the bar like really well, and I don't trust when we don't have a manager in our job, because I saw the result and it's awful, and I don't know. I don't trust it.
That's a perfect example. You see people that you work with, and you realize unless the boss is standing right in front of them,
And the cold dress as well is
they're not gonna
they
they're
don't
not gonna
use
do their job.
exactly, and the cold dress it's a mess.
Dress code, right?
Yes, the dress code, yeah, it's a mess. So I think that we always need a manager.
All right. So in Darnest's experience, the people you're working with right now, they need the boss to be there, looking at them, making sure they're doing their job. Excellent. That's the people you're describing. I would not want to work with them in a hybrid situation. Because I know if I send them a message, they're never going to read it. Anybody, that's the kind of person you send them an email. You're like, wait a day, wait another day. Okay, I'm talking to myself. I have to do the job myself.
Yes.
Anyone else want to follow up with Darnest's experience? The question is, think about who you're working with now. Do you trust people to do their job when nobody's watching? Wesley gave an answer in the chat. Oh, Wesley, can you elaborate a little bit? Say a little more. It's interesting.
Teacher.
Yeah.
Even my boss, when the boss of boss is in the restaurant, he's doing his job like very well. But when his boss is not there, he's like chill, and you see it.
Yeah, my
Say more. I
second
don't
job
know. Oh wait, that was Darnest. Darnest, you said even when my boss is not there.
My second job is the same like this. When my boss is there, everybody make very well the job, very how do you say, on the concentracies, and when he out, everybody chill. If when he can go, and my friend, in my other job, every time everybody make very well job, because it's like cultural.
Culture.
It's no
Cultural.
it's no it's no how do you say, it's like when you have culture with the other team, everybody make very well, and when you are good manager and good communication with the employees, everybody make it the well job.
Okay, that's interesting. Now, Sandy, you compared two jobs. Did you say one job people communicate better than the other?
Yes. In this one is very communication and very relation, and the other is the opposite, is no communication, and everybody make whatever he want, and this is the problem when you don't have communication with the employees, and everybody make whatever.
Right. Larissa, I have a quick question for you. Oh, whoops. You just,
Yeah, I just
oh,
answered
never mind,
this.
never mind. I was about to say, great crew. Oh, yeah, very good, very good. Oh, wow, excellent. Yes. As everybody can take a look at what Larissa wrote in the chat, it's very, very good insight. So my understanding, Larissa, was that you are self-employed, but now you do manage other people. That's correct?
Yes, I used to manage two girls.
Okay. That's good to know. So, well, here's a quick question. Did that, how long did it take for you to develop that trust with your staff?
2 years.
2 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
They take their responsibility because I lost 3 clients because of some mistakes. And then I have to stop hiring one of them. And then when I got new clients, I give you other opportunity, and now the job is pretty much better because they understand if I lost the clients, they're gonna lose the job. So
If you don't have the clients, they don't make money, of course.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Now, would those two vocabulary words, paranoia and micromanaging, did you find yourself in that position of being paranoid? Are they doing
Yeah.
the job? Do I have to go there and punch one of them in the face to make sure not really, but do I have to go there and watch these people to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do?
Yeah, yes, but I solved this with therapy because I'm really
Beautiful.
I'm really a controlled people. I don't know how to
Yeah.
say this.
No, I know what you mean.
Controlled person, you know. I'm
Yeah.
really that, and I solved just with my therapist.
Good. Very
Actually,
good.
not solve, just ups and downs sometimes.
That's good. That's very good. Excellent. So if anybody's looking for extra work and you live somewhere in the South Shore and you can handle somebody who's a little bit controlling, talk to Larissa. Just kidding. All right. Let's see. So yeah, we can wrap it up pretty soon. Does anybody else have anything to add before we finish for the night? Quick question. Ting Ting, your last job, would you trust the people you worked with to do their job if nobody was watching?
Yeah, I think because my colleagues are from China, and I think they are very responsible. They are very responsible for their duties. So we never worry each other for the job. I think we can check. Sometimes we can check for each other for the jobs.
Okay. Was this the high school that you worked at?
Excuse me?
Oh, was this the high school was your last job or was it?
Oh no, my last job is in Maryland.
No. Okay.
Biological
Mhm.
company with I think it's a distributor for the biological agents.
Okay, so it was when you're talking about people would check each part of everybody's job was to kind of make sure that everybody, it was kind of like a system where everybody was watching each other. You're talking about. So they don't need one boss. You know that somebody's watching you, you're watching somebody else is watching somebody else, that kind of thing?
Because I think we have a very good manager.
Okay.
She charged, I think she is very, how to express that. She is a very nice person.
Okay.
Yeah, he can, I think at the first day you get the job in the office, she
Mhm.
will tell you what you to do and tell the details to you what you should do and tell you the rules. Then she will train you to learn how to do the job, I think how to manage the job, how to handle the job. Then I think maybe in 1 week or 2 weeks, she will never to check you, but sometime.
Oh, okay. So like a grace period of that first few weeks.
Yeah, a few weeks.
All right.
You
And
can.
so what took Larissa 2 years? There's like that initial period of being locked.
But we have very short period. The manager will check you sometimes if you made a mistake, you will, I think you will get something. They will get a punishment from the office, from our company. So I think everyone learn how to responsible by our own job.
Everybody could take a look in the chat. Esnader wrote, I'll just read aloud what Esnader wrote. She said, I trust them. Still, there are people that enjoy their jobs and don't need control. However, there are people that need it. Esnader, can you tell us a little bit about that? Who are those people that need the supervision and don't need the supervision where you work?
Yeah, no, it's an interesting question and topic. I think that all of the thoughts possible resume in the love the job. If you love the job, do you need control, and you give the best day by day while you're still in your enterprise, on in your home, in your case, in the case with remotely, the work remotely, yeah.
Yeah.
But some people don't love the work or your job, so it's necessary to or hear some directions all the time.
Very good, very good. Emilce, I'll read aloud what you wrote, and then we'll probably wrap things up. So Emilce said, in my case, we have a great team and we're very responsible. We know if we do something wrong, it's dangerous for everybody. We should affect many people. It would affect many people and lose money. But we have 2 supervisors every time helping us, but we never feel anxious with our management. So as Emil say, you're always in the position where there's 2 supervisors there.
Yes.
How do you think it would work if maybe they stepped away or no? If the supervisors were to step away for 1 day, do you think everything would operate as it's supposed to or no?
I can't understand that. Can you repeat again?
Well, you said there's always 2 supervisors. I know you work in a laboratory.
Yes.
There's always 2 supervisors there. Would you, if those supervisors maybe 1 day were not there?
No.
It wouldn't work. It would fall apart?
It's a pain because we have 2 buildings. For example, I'm working in one building, the need is 200. The other building is 300, and they're moving every time. It's the pain.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm moving, I'm working sometime in downstream, sometimes I need to work in the lab, in the floor with peoples, but every time the both supervisor is with us. The manager is not every time over there. It's 1 time in the week is the paint.
Do you feel that you're ever micromanaged, like somebody's watching every little thing you do?
Yes.
Do you think about it, or does it bother you? Do you care? Or?
No, we don't feel we never feel somebody bad us.
You're comfortable with it?
Yes, because you know, we know our kids.
Mhm.
You know, we are adults, so we know what is their responsibility. So
Mhm.
for that reason, I tell you, we are a great team until now. So
Nice. Well, guess what, everybody? And unless anybody wants to add to the conversation, we can call it a night. And I will see you this time next week. I've posted an assignment for Wednesday. I'll post a very short writing assignment for Friday, but it'll be related to this topic. Anybody have anything they want to add? Yes, no? Okay, everybody, have a good night. Get some sleep.
Thank
Take care,
you.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Good
Yeah,
night,
bye.
everyone. Bye-bye.